Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? Let's proclaim the greatest radio show.
Welcome, fans, to another episode of The Spread. I'm your host, Jim Sella, in studio with J Dash and Big Easy. Going to talk about Bucko baseball, talk about the All-Star game, the only sport that ruins the All-Star game by making it matter.
Yeah.
Stupid. I hate all All-Star games, by the way.
But
Yeah,
the baseball should be the easiest one to
They
do.
should just vote, like, this guy's an all-star.
Yeah, and
you
then
know
be
what
done
I mean?
with it.
Not even play a game.
Especially with the internet.
But they
it'd be
should
so
do it at
easy.
the end of the season, too.
That's BS. You take the best National Leaguers versus the best American Leaguers and ball out one game. I love it. I don't see why.
Why does it mean something? Because
It was
when
garbage.
it doesn't mean something, no one gives a crap and
Yeah,
they don't
it
play. It's
becomes the
almost like the
NFL Pro Bowl.
NFL. Yeah.
Well, if no one cares about it, who cares? You're a baseball league. You think what people care about the regular 162 games of the Tampa Bay Rays than they would like an All-Star game? I don't understand. It's just another baseball game on another night. Why? If people have lost interest in an All-Star game, then they've lost interest in baseball in general. That is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but you could
What's
just
the
vote
difference?
all-stars to me. The All-Star game has nothing to do with it. I like watching the players. I like good players. I like watching people come from the minor leagues and rise to being great players. You know what I mean? I just want them to get an award. You get the All-Star voting. You know what I mean? I don't need them to see them go out there and jog around and not give a crap.
You don't want a home run derby, and you don't want to see.
I mean, you could have a home run derby.
American
that's fine.
versus National League.
Although the home run derby is brutal to watch, dude. Are you kidding me?
Talking about
It's like 3 hours long and it's just brutal.
brutal. It's pure. It's lovely.
Yeah, for the first round, and then what about the other 3 or 4 rounds where you're just dragging along?
I can't just sit here and hate on the home run derby. This is ridiculous.
And then they don't even get the right people in the home run derby. It's ridiculous.
Oh my god.
This should be a pretty easy episode because there's no Pirates even in the top 3 in All-Star voting, is there?
Yeah, we get the one All-Star because
I'm not sure if Marte's in the top 3 or not, man.
Last I looked, Marte and McCutcheon, I think, were 7 and 8.
7 and 8. Oh, for all of outfield. Yeah, but they take a good number of outfielders, I know. So they might even, Marte might even make it as the 7th. And trust me, there'll be a couple All-Stars here from the Pirates. More than one, I would say. They have to take one, so I bet you'll be at least 2, maybe 3.
Nate McLeod.
Oh, we'll talk about that here in a second. Let's talk about who is actually leading the vote getters and if they deserve it or not. For catcher, it is Yadier Molina. Now, I don't know if I want to say he deserves it, but he's one of those guys where, he's done it for so long that the fans want him in the All-Star game. I don't think he should be starting, maybe. You got Buster Posey and Jonathan Lucroy. I would definitely go with one of them two over Molina. But I could see why Molina's going to be in the game, but it's a little crazy he's starting. And then you got a bunch of Cubs here. First base, Anthony Rizzo, definitely one of the best first basemen in baseball. Paul Goldschmidt, you could argue as maybe the starter, but you should have no problem with Anthony Rizzo starting at first base. Second base, Ben Zobrist. This is one of the biggest reasons why the Chicago Cubs have taken such a leap this year. It is Ben Zobrist. This guy has been a beast, and he definitely deserves to start at second base. And Chris Bryant at third base, I will say he doesn't deserve to start, but he definitely deserves to be in the All-Star game. Nolan Arenado is a beast, and he deserves to start here, but I have no problem with Bryant in this game. Now,
Cubs fans are pulling a Royals.
Yeah, that's what's happening here.
I hate fan voting. That's another reason why I hate All-Star.
And then you got shortstop Addison Russell. Wow, he's a good player, great defensive player, and he's a pretty good hitter, still a young guy. This guy definitely doesn't deserve to be the starter, at least. He may not even deserve to be in the All-Star game at this point. So I think that's the one mistake out of the Chicago Cubs here. And then outfielder Dexter Fowler, along with Ben Zobrist, the huge reason why the Cubs have taken that next step. They almost lost him this offseason. He came out and started dominating from the start of the season for the Cubs. Although he's been hurt recently, and it really shows for the Cubs because I think they're 1-6 in their last 7 games or something like that. And that's all without Dexter Fowler. I guess he deserves to be the starter at this point. He definitely deserves to be in the All-Star game. We'll have to see if he comes back sometime soon, though. He can't just be the starter if you miss the next month and a half, So we'll see with that. Bryce Harper, Yoenis Cespedes, definitely worthy of starting for the National League All-Star team in the outfield. So I have no problem with that. But let's take a look at some Pirates that at least deserve some mention and maybe the possibility of making the game here. First, I want to mention David Freese. If he was an everyday starter, he actually should get some votes for being at least on this team. Probably not the starter. Like I said, Arenado's a beast. But if Freese had these numbers as an everyday starter, he's definitely a guy that should be mentioned for the All-Star game.
But would he have those numbers if he was an
I mean,
everyday
that's
starter?
a big question. You never really know.
Yeah, dead wrong.
But he is getting some at-bats versus right-handed batters as well, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. So it's not just like he's only doing it versus left-handed pitching as a strict platoon player. But right now he's hitting .285 with a .363 on base, has 6 jacks with 30 RBIs, 33 runs scored. So he's having a very good season so far. You also got Jung-ho. If he would have started the season as the starting third baseman, and if he could play every day, there's definitely a guy that has shown so far that he has all-star type potential, but he definitely doesn't deserve to be in the all-star game as well. John Jaso, very good season, doesn't deserve to be in the all-star game. One guy went down earlier. Was it this month? It might have been last month. I think it was this month, early in the month. Francisco Cervelli, definitely a guy that could have been on the All-Star team. Unfortunately, he went down for 4 to 6 weeks is the timetable. It looks like he's going to be back in late July. A little too late. You have to skip him for the All-Star game. I think he deserved it last year, though, and they missed out on him. So it kind of sucks for Cervelli. But he's definitely one of the top catchers in the National League, and it shows. I mean, since he went down, the Pirates have not been good. And one pitcher, Mark Melanson's pretty much the only guy I would mention for a possibility for the All-Star game.
Man, last year people were talking about Cole possibly winning 20 games at this point in the season. This year, the only guy we got going to the All-Star game is Melanson.
Oh, he might not even go. We'll have to see. He has a 1.48 ERA, 24 Ks compared to 8 walks and 30.1 innings pitched. He's been very good this season. I don't know. I mean, there's been some very good closers in the bigs this season. So, I mean, if he misses out, that's just something that happens. I wouldn't be too mad about it. I wouldn't be surprised if he made it, though, because he is the one guy in this, the entire pitching staff that has the numbers to be an all-star, really.
The All-Star game is before the trade deadline?
Yeah. So we'll have to see at this point. But Melanson, another great season from him. Why? I mean, Cole could definitely be mentioned for an All-Star if he wouldn't have went down, for sure. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he was an All-Star, if he was just healthy all season long. There's no reason to think that Cole wouldn't be. I mean, he had a 2.77 ERA when he went down. He was supposed to spend 15 days on a DL, and it's been longer, and it looks like it's going to be another 15 at least. So no Garrett Cole. I have no problem with that either. Now, offensively, I think there should be some guys in the All-Star game, and it starts with Starling Marte and Gregory Polanco. Like you said, Marte's, 7th in the voting, something like that?
Somewhere around there.
And Kutch right behind him. That's a little ridiculous.
Polanco isn't far behind either. Couple spots below Kutch.
Yeah, both of these guys have to be all-stars. I mean, they're having great seasons at this point. And really, Marte, 326. If you don't go to the all-star game, have a 326 average, something's wrong. You know what I mean?
They said on the radio he's third either in the league or in the NL in hitting right now.
Yeah, I think it's the NL. But, yeah, he's been dominating so far. And Gregory Polanco, man, he's broken out. He's hitting 296 at this point. His
Why do
on-base
they call him El Coffee?
El Cafe. I don't know, man. Who knows? I thought when they first called him up, like when you call a prospect up, they call it giving him a cup of coffee, you know what I mean? Just a taste of the big leagues. But I thought that was just going to be for a little bit. They still call him that, so I have no clue really why they call him that. Maybe Polanco
I'm just going to call him Juan
coffee
Valdez
in some other language.
I think that's his Twitter handle or something like that. I'm serious.
Oh, that's good.
Look it up.
But yeah, he's been dominating. Already has 10 home runs. He's well on his way. In fact, I think he already passed his career home run total. So this guy has turned into the beast that I've been trying to tell everybody he was for the past 3 years.
Yet.
Are you kidding me? This guy is a monster, man.
All right, well, what happens if he bats Mendoza for the rest of the year?
I mean, that could always happen, but you could see this guy's upside.
Then you'll call him Andrew McCutcheon.
There's upside there, but I'm not calling him a beast yet. Come on.
But his plate discipline's just too good to see him fall off as drastic as you want to believe there.
We'll see.
All right, we'll see. But yes, he definitely deserves to be in the All-Star game. And I know Josh Harrison, he was having a great. He was right up there with Marte as one of the NL leaders in batting average. He slumped a little bit recently. He's gotten a little bit back on track though. maybe he makes it on the roster. You know, the rosters are a little bit expanded for the All-Star game. Maybe he gets in somehow. I mean, there's no problem
He'll
with it.
probably
He's
be
having
a
a
last player vote.
he's having a good season, hitting 282. He doesn't have the high on base. He never will. He's that type of player, a 309 on base percentage, but he's getting it done, man. Look, he already has 12 stolen bases on the season. He could get to 30 stolen bases this season, and that's even surprising to me. I didn't see that. I thought he was more of a 20 guy, and he might slow down a little bit in that category.
Hurry
But
up, Ryan.
Harrison, I mean, he started the season a little poorly defensively. I wouldn't say bad or anything, but he made a few mistakes defensively. But he's really improved recently defensively, and he's been a very good second baseman this season. He was right up there in the voting. I think he fell off a little bit, and it's no surprise. I mean, it falls off along with the average or whatever. But if he misses out, it doesn't hurt either. I mean, don't worry about it. I don't expect him to make the team. And Jordy Mercer, if you go ahead, laugh, man.
Mention
Come
Jordy
on
and
now.
All-Star
Yeah,
at the
come
same
on,
time is
man.
good.
Are you kidding me? Go look at Addison Russell's stats. The starting shortstop for the National League, man. Go look at his numbers and compare him to Jordy Mercer's.
He's
Yeah,
got
all right,
about
but
55 more wins than Jordy
We said
Mercer does
Trevor
right now.
Story before Jordy Mercer.
Yeah,
said
Trevor
that.
Story. Well, yeah, Jordy Mercer definitely deserves a mention, man. He's hitting 274.
A mention.
Yes, look at his on-base percentage, 360. Man,
Did
give...
Jack Wilson make the All-Star game?
Yeah.
He did?
Beaver
Yes.
face.
Listen,
Okay.
Jordy
That's
Mercer,
one
you
we
better
gotta
give Jordy
send
Mercer
somebody
more
there.
credit
Well,
than you're
yeah, he
giving
was
him
the
right
only
now.
one.
You're being ridiculous not giving Jordy Mercer credit. Look at this, man.
I'm not giving him. Yeah, I'm not saying he's having a good year, but
He's
it's
having a
not
great season.
All-Star worthy.
But you got to look,
It's not
man.
National League All-Star worthy.
Well, look, the shortstop position, is a weak position. It always will be. I mean, it depends on defense. You need that defense. If you don't have it, you don't have a shortstop. So it all depends on defense first. So you don't have a ton of great hitting shortstops necessarily. So this season, Jordy Mercer has been definitely, look, a 1.5 offensive WAR. So this guy has been very good this season.
Yeah, but there's like 6 other better shortstops than him in the National League. So then
6 better, yes, but six
So then you're not an
6
all-star
playing better than him right now. No, that's the whole thing. I'm telling you, Jordy Mercer, man. If you go look at Addison Russell,
Alid Miss Diaz is playing better than him.
yes, definitely.
Trevor Story is playing better than him.
Yes.
I just think there's a handful of other guys that are playing better than Mercer right now, even.
Well, do you believe Addison Russell is?
No, but we already went over that. That's just the fan vote.
Okay, well, why does Jordy Mercer not deserve even a mention if Addison Russell is a starter in the All-Star game right
If we
now?
were 40-15, Jordy Mercer would probably be on the All-Star team.
Probably, because that's how fan votes work.
Yeah, so-
They all flood in.
Right.
But Jordy Mercer, man, I'm telling you, he's having a great season. Look at this. 31 walks compared to 40 strikeouts and 252 at-bats. That's beast mode, man. A 360 on base. You can't beat that out of your shortstop. And he's good defensively, as always.
Yes. His defense is quality.
All right, I got one more here. Does he deserve to be on the team? Andrew McCutchen, for what he's done in the past.
No.
He hasn't done enough in the past?
It's not about the past.
Well,
It's
yes,
about
it
the
is.
present.
Yes, it is, because
If it's about
Yadier
the past,
Molina is
then-
the starting catcher.
All right, well, it's his last season, ain't it? Send him out with a
No, I
bang.
don't think so. I hope so.
McCutchen, yeah, he'll be on it.
So, does he deserve to be
He'll
on
be
it, though?
bugging it. Sure, why not?
Jim,
I
has he done enough in his past? Is he one of those guys that just deserve a yearly
mean,
nod?
how many outfielders do they take?
I'm
All
sure
of them.
they take at least 6, 7, man. I'm not quite sure, but it's like a 40-man roster.
I guess I'll give it to him. I'm feeling good today.
That's right. Well,
I mean, he hasn't.
He has
been
a-
He's
necessarily-
9th right now in fan voting.
9th.
there ain't.
With Marte 8th. And it's hard to read this, but I can't see Polanco on there. And this is just fan voting.
Well, that's pretty much what decides it.
Well, not according to this article. This says MLB releases final 2016 All-Star Game fan voting update before teams are picked. So doesn't the manager still have some...
Well, oh yeah, there's definitely more that get picked, but there's a certain amount that go to fans, and I mean fans make up the majority of who goes, and then there's other guys that go from the managers and whatnot. But that's pretty much it. I think the biggest controversy here was mentioning Jordy Mercer.
Pretty
Dude's
much.
garbage.
He is not garbage,
He's
man.
the Jeff Locke
He's
of
having
shortstops.
a great season, man.
Okay,
give him some credit.
If you had to pick one Pirate, Marte or Mercer?
If you had to pick one,
Yeah.
Marte, obviously.
Well, that's all they're going to get one All-Star.
No, they're going to get more than
To
that.
prove how
They're under
screwed up the
500.
fan voting is,
That's all right.
Dexter Fowler is above Bryce Harper.
Well, Dexter Fowler has been a beast when healthy, at least. But
Yeah, I get that, but I mean, Bryce Harper, to most people, top 2 players in the league, not just the NL. And fan voting's just stupid.
Where's the shortstops? Let me see.
I'm looking them up right
For the
now.
NL, you got Addison Russell, Trevor Story, Corey Seager,
Corey Seager.
Yeah.
There
Brandon
you
Crawford,
Crawford's
Zach.
better, way
Well,
better.
who's the Reds
Have you seen what
shortstop?
he's doing this season?
Zach
he's been-
Kozar?
Yeah, he's
alright.
hitting like 350.
Yeah, okay, dude.
Zach Kozart, is that who the Reds shortstop is?
Yeah, he's definitely not as good as Mercer.
No.
this season.
Well, he's 5th.
He's butt.
Those are the 5 that made it for the fan voting.
I don't like
That's
Zach.
what I'm saying,
I don't
man.
like-
Jordy
okay,
Mercer
so-
deserves to be in that talk.
Cincinnati, vote. Get the word out on Cozart.
Jordy Mercer is 4th in the NL in batting average at 274. He is 3rd
Among
in the
shortstops?
Yeah,
or
among
just,
Yeah, among
Okay.
shortstops. Sorry.
Okay, so he's a fourth best hitter and fourth best hitter.
He got the 3rd best on base percentage.
Okay.
And as for home runs, he's definitely not up there with Trevor Story. Corey Seager's dominant, and Aledmus Diaz has been dominant in home runs as well. So is Danny Espinosa, but he's not a very good hitter. He's hitting 221 at this point. But, I mean, in every other category, man, I mean, Jordy Mercer's holding his own with the rest of these shortstops
So
in this
he's
league for
6.
sure.
He's number 6.
So he's top of the average. Or no. Top of the good, but not elite.
He's 5.
I'd say he's bottom of the good.
Bottom of the
Oh,
good?
well, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, he's definitely not in the elite class.
Right,
I mean,
but he could be the top of the second class.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he definitely deserves some mention here for the All-Star game. If you're going to mention guys like Addison Russell, who
As long
right
as you
now
don't
sits
mention
10th in the NL with
Jeff
a
Locke,
241
then
average.
we'll be all right.
No, Jeff Locke doesn't deserve any.
He doesn't deserve any credit. Even you almost said it.
Well, if he's
I
going
mean-
by how he's playing right now, then he's a freaking ace.
Well, he has a 5 ERA,
All right.
so
yeah,
I
I
mean,
know.
it's not like
we're
he's.
just playing around with you here.
But yes, Jordy Mercer deserves credit. But that's the All-Star mentions. I think all those guys could be mentioned. And if you've seen any one of them pop up in the All-Star game, I wouldn't be surprised.
If we only get one, who's it going to be?
No, it's Marte.
Marte or Polanco. I think Polanco deserves it just as much as Marte, maybe even more.
Oh, just because he's on your fantasy team.
No, not just because dude, his numbers are better. I mean, his numbers are literally better than Marte's. I mean, his on-base percentage is higher. He has more power. I mean, that's pretty much what you want.
Fans, let us know what you think. Hit us up on Twitter at bet_the_spread. Hit me up on Twitter at betjimthewin. Go to the Facebook page at facebook.com/betthespread. Keep coming back to YouTube. Throw some comments. Who do you think can make it? Who do you think is going to make it? Who do you think deserves to make it? We want to know.
#vote Cubbies.